BMX is something that I've done forever, so the passion is, there's a lot of heart. When I go out there, it's, knowing my limits in BMX and pushing them and coming out with your best outcome in a contest like the X Games. Rally, I'm still a little bit, finding limits, and I think it's easier to stay calm in the car, where BMX it's easier to override, because I've pushed limits and know the limits. I feel like this rally season has helped me grow as a driver and kind of know my limits, and so coming into the X Games, I should go and pushing a little bit harder than last year. BMX is more adrenaline, where I would say rally it's such a longer period of time that you're in the car that you have to focus. So it's more like a marathon versus a sprint. BMX, you bring it all for 1 minute. Rally, in stage rally especially, some stages are, 15, 16 miles long, and that's, once you get started in the car, it's kind of like you even out and start driving and focus, and it's almost like you're locked into a huge rhythm. Where in BMX, you have a minute, so if you don't lock into your rhythm real quick, right from the start, you kind of blew it. So BMX is really a lot about adrenaline, about injury, and staying safe. Where in the car, it's more about, keeping clean lines and not misjudging the corner, really. Well, with Detour being this week, it's really going to be all or nothing, but I'm happy for what I did last year, finishing second in the year-end points. And the goal is just, I think, top 3. Where I got a late start on the BMX side of things, only because I got sick in March. That took me out for like a couple of months right there, and that was kind of a tough one, really, in the middle of the off-season, the best part to ride, and to get focused, on BMX while I wasn't at rallies. So really, it was a huge chunk of time to take out. So I got a late start, and I'm excited though. I feel great on my bike. Well, yeah, as far as rally, I signed a 2-year factory deal with Subaru, me and Travis Pastrana as teammates, and that's mind-blowing as well. If you would ask me a couple of years ago if that would ever happen, I'd say, are you kidding me? It's nuts, like to be teammates with Travis racing rally cars. It's crazy. Like, I'll be at a rally and see guys wearing a number 40 shirt, which is my race number. And, in BMX, we've never had race numbers, so it's cool. It's an awesome transition, with Monster and DC and Subaru and working together. I think that's, the coolest opportunity and the biggest thing that's going to happen. So we'll see. It's going to be a good year. We'll go to X and see what happens, and then, get ready for the next rally season in January. So I'm excited. X Games is going to be amazing. I'm in for BMX Park, and I'm in for Rallycross and Super Rally. So 2 car events this year. It's amazing, to be in really the only guy to do a non-motorized and motorized sport, and 08 to medal in both would be amazing, to get a medal in each of them, which wouldn't be anything easy, but it'd be a dream come true. But it's crazy to be in the situation of going from, 10 years ago BMX was one of the biggest events, and now rally is one of the biggest events, but to still take part in both is awesome. What's so tricky is at the end of the day of riding, you're tired from basically the neck down. A long day of rally, you're tired from the neck up. Just your eyes and your head. And mentally, it's very, very draining to drive. The cool thing, I guess in both BMX and rally, is that you're always scaring yourself. And in BMX, when it says you're taking a risk to get ready for the biggest event, or when you go to the biggest event, you're gonna do some of the hardest stuff you can do. And obviously, you hope it works out. Whereas in rally, if you don't scare yourself a couple times in a stage, your time's not going to be good. But if you scare yourself a couple times, like there's some corners you want to push and some you want to hold back on, and you pick and choose those chances you got to take. And if you do scare yourself a couple times, you just know at the end of the stage, you're like, okay, that felt like a good time. But if you didn't scare yourself in that stage, you'll look at your times, you're like, wow, I'm off base like 20 seconds or 30 seconds. You never know. You see a corner, it just doesn't look like it's going to work out, but these cars are amazing. The STI, the way it's set up out in gravel, it's just amazing what they're capable of, and I think that's me still trying to find, the limits in a car. It's the best of both worlds, cars and bikes.